Howdy everybody, this is Jared with Fluty Homestead, and today I'm going to be showing you my new Kitchenaid strainer attachment. And this has been a lifesaver for making tomato juice, and I'm going to show you just how easy it makes the job. And I got this strainer attachment, and then you have to have the power head, I think is what you call it. So I bought, instead of buying the one with the power head with the strainer, I bought the meat grinder, because this is what you need. But that way I could have the meat grinder attachment as well. And I used this already for making peach freezer jam and put the peaches through the large hole end, and it done really well. So I'm going to show you how I put this together. And then I got these tomatoes heating up, and you can run them through raw according to the internet, but I'll heat mine up first and I kind of smash them down a little bit first. So we're going to put this thing together and show you how it works. Okay, we got our stuff out here, and we're going to start off by just taking this little cap off of your mixer, and then we take the meat grinder hopper and we're going to insert the strainer bit. I think that's what you would call that, with the seal side facing in. Drop him right down in there and push him in. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. You just tighten down the nut. Now we're going to put the auger in. Then you put your sieve on here, and it's spring loaded, so it'll go in when you put the cap on. Then we just take this and make sure you get it threaded straight. And it's ready to roll. Set this on here. This is just your guard, your guide, and your juice will come out here, and the pulp will come out the end. And I put this little cap on the top just to keep anything from splattering. And this is your pusher that you can push the stuff right down in. But now with the tomatoes already heated, they just fall in. Fast as I ladle them, they'll just slide in. Now another thing, this is you see this big handle on it. When your hands are wet and you need to take this off or something, you can tighten this and loosen this like a wrench. So, super easy. And then it's basically the same setup when you do the meat grinder, except you don't put the strainer in, you put your blade on and just tighten it up. So, I'm going to get my stuff ready, and then we're going to run these tomatoes through. Okay, we have our bowls all set in place. The juice is going to go in our blue bowl, and the scrap pulp is going to go in the silver bowl. And then once we run the tomatoes through, we're going to run the pulp through a second time, and it'll get out any remaining juice. And but there won't be much left in it. This thing does really, really well. So we're going to get started now. I set this thing about medium-high speed. It's on about a number 6. Okay, here's a close-up here. We'll take the cap off. As you can see, all this is the pulp and the juice coming out. And we're going to push this piece of tomato down in. And you see they really go in pretty quick. And you just pretty well have to get them started. And once they get in that auger, and you put more in here, they'll suck right down through. We're going to push them through, and you can just see the juice is coming out there. And then right here is the pulp. And then you see there's not much juice in there. And we're going to run this through again. It does a really fine job of getting the seeds out You see, it took him right through. We'll do another ladle here and show you. And now on the internet, a lot of people put their tomatoes in raw, but I cooked mine first some. But they're not, I mean, they're not all the way cooked, so they're still got some big chunks. Okay, we're going to finish these up, and then I'll show you what I do after this. Okay, here's our juice. We got about half a pot right here. And now, here is the pulp, and we're going to run this through the strainer one more time and see how much juice we get out of it. You see, we got an empty bowl here, and I don't think we'll get too much. It does a real nice job, but there'll probably still be a little bit of tomato left in here, and it'll help squeeze it on through. Okay, that's a pretty good lot of juice that would have been threw away, and I accidentally dropped a little hunk in here of the pulp, so I'll have to skim this out. But I mean, all that right there would have been threw out. So we'll add this to our juice. And I've got the juice back on the stove. We're going to bring it up to a boil. And then when it starts making foam on top, we're going to skim the foam off. Okay, our juice has come up to a boil now. So now that it's boiling, we're going to cook it for about 5 minutes. And then all this foam here, I'm going to skim off. And then once this is done for 5 minutes, we're going to put her in the jar. Okay, our tomato juice is ready to put in the jars. So now we're going to put our salt and our citric acid in the jars. And I put 1 teaspoon of canning and pickling salt in the jar. And then now, to ensure the acidity is correct, I've got just regular old citric acid powder, or you can use lemon juice. I don't have any lemon juice right now. And this only takes 1/4 of a teaspoon per quart. Alright, now we're ready to fill our jars. Now we're just going to, these are sterilized jars, and they're still good and hot. So I'm going to get my ladle here. And we're just going to ladle it and leave a 1/2 inch head space, or 1 inch head space. This has been boiling for about 5 minutes. And now to make tomato sauce, you just cook this down till it's about half of what it is now, and it'll get a lot thicker. And there's your tomato sauce, and you can add spices, and you can add celery and peppers and onions and make like V8 juice if you want. This is just going to be regular tomato juice. You can use this in soup or chili, and if you're like my wife, she drinks it more than she cooks with it. We love it. And it's really easy. I mean, there ain't a whole lot of work to it. There's one. This will be a small batch. We just do it as the tomatoes are ready. I've got my water bath canner heating up. It's out on the porch on a propane burner. Now that we're done with the food strainer, what I'll do, I'm going to take all this apart and I'm going to just spray this big pulp off of this, and then we're going to put all this in the dishwasher. It's all dishwasher safe, and then it'll be ready to go for the next batch. The Kitchenaid strainer worked really well for the tomato juice, and we may try to run a batch of the tomatoes through it raw sometime. A lot of people on the internet have told me that's the way to do it, so we may try it like that next time. But we appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to give us a like and subscribe, and I hope y'all have a very blessed day.